So we're all in this together, I think, is what you're trying to say. Is that right,
Well,
Jimmy?
that is right, and you know, thinking about the young ladies that's in the system that are aging out, you know, it's tough for a guy, but boy, it is really, really tough for a girl. In the system, I've been there. I've seen them. You know, submit to guys in the system before. You know, other young men in there, and then get out, confide into some older guy because they want to be rescued and want to be helped. And the next thing you know, they're 18 years old and pregnant, and they it's a struggle. It's just a struggle, man. And it's like, why should they have to do that? Why should they have to think that man that's preying on these girls is the answer? That's wrong. That's what happened to my sister. She was married very young, and it's tough. Her life was just, since then, it's just been so tough.
I understand. I hear you, Jimmy, and I don't think you have to feel guilty. It's just it's just the way it worked out. I mean, you can't save everybody, but I know you're trying, and I know Project Meet Me Halfway is something that is very near and dear to your heart. As a matter of fact, you yourself on this particular walk, you experienced a lot of the things that a homeless teen would experience. How did it feel going back there and getting your clothes stolen and you know, the blisters and, you know, everything that you went through on this walk? Did you have nightmares about this all over again?
Yes. You know, in the daytime, walking down the road, it just the amount of depression sometimes would set in. You know, thinking about being that kid and wondering where your parents are and wondering why people are turning their backs. You know, and with me, I'm on a stage. People are screaming, taking pictures, and everything. And there's a little humor in it. You know, I joke around with it a lot. So one day I'm on stage playing a guitar, and people are wanting my autograph and pictures. And the next day I'm walking down the road simulating being a homeless teen, and no one speaks.
Isn't it funny?
Yes, it is. It's a perfect example of mankind.
It's funny, sad. It's funny, sad. It really is. I don't know why we look up to the entertainment industry so much, but the fact that you're taking your celebrity and using this for this cause, I really appreciate the fact that you did that. And I know you're getting a lot of support from the entertainment industry, but you wanted to continue. I understand you're thinking about writing a book about your experiences. Is that true?
Well, I'm want to write a book about Paper Angels, which is a song of mine. It's a Christmas story. This walk, I don't know if I'm going to do a book about it because I just don't know how many people in the grand scheme of things it's really going to be interested in enough to buy this book. They may want to read the journal and see what I've written in there and scribbled, but I mean really deep down inside, would they really want to buy the book? And that's kind of like one of those things that maybe I could just donate the journal if people want to make a donation and donate it to a facility. That's crossed my mind. You know, just donate the whole journal, not edit it, not erase anything, the misspelled words, everything is in there. You know, the water that fell, the ice that fell from the inside of my tent when I was sleeping outside one time, the page is wet, the ink is ran, and it's just those cool things that you can't recopy it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's authentic.
So it's authentic, it's real, and it really happened to you on this walk, and that's what you want to get across to people. We have someone here that I work with who took in foster children for many years, and the problem that they had, the reason they stopped was because their heart was so full being close to these kids. They had to stop doing it because it was breaking their heart to let them go. Do you have any advice for someone who wants to take in a foster child that may have some problems that are difficult to deal with? What do you suggest they do?
Well, if they're 18 years old, of course they've aged out of the system. The system can no longer take them, and so that is up to them. They can keep them or not. All these kids, I call them kids, but they're not really kids. They're, I call them the youth. You know, if you take them in and know that they're not, they've got a little baggage. You know, that's just the way it is. But it's nothing that they can't help them unpack. The family that took me in was a military family, and this guy was very stern. They didn't, what I call baby talk me. You know, they were real at the very beginning, firm, fair, and consistent, and that way there was no surprises when you have to say something to them or discipline them, and then all of a sudden they're thinking, well, yesterday you were very nice, and today you're completely different animal, and it's just another person in their life that's changed on them. So going into this thing, being yourself and being real, laying down the rules, say this is how it's going to be. You know, I've told a few people that already, and they tried it, and it worked. And I said, that's what these kids understand. They understand that language. They don't understand you baby talking them and feeling sorry for them and all that stuff. They don't want that.
So firm, fair, and consistent. That's
Firm, fair, and consistent. That's key.
That's key. Now,
Yep.
with Project Meet Me Halfway, once the teens, they age out of the system, what do you feel the next step should be as far as help from the not only just the community but the government? What do you think that legislation should do? Should there be a creation of a new type of older foster care system? What do you think?
I think they should move the age to 21 before they age out at 18. They should just move it to 81, give them the resources that they deserve to make that transition into adulthood, which means, you know, allow them to go to school. If they don't work, if they don't go to school, then we can consider, you know, well, if you don't want to help yourself, then you can't expect us to help you. As long as they're helping themselves, move the aging out limit to 21. That makes perfect sense to me. And then by then, hopefully, they've got some type of leverage there. At 18, they just don't. They're kids.
So you feel as though if it's the age to age out of the foster care system is 21, do you think also, besides raising the age, that there should be a requirement that they finish high school and they get some help getting a job? Do you think that would work too?
Yes, I think they have to work. There shouldn't be any trifling kids walking around America. That right there is our future. They should work. They all should have some type of work ethic. I've battled with my nephew. My sister is a mom who's she's just overly nice sometimes, and you know, I have to help him learn how to work, and it's a shame because he's 21 years old, and I just don't get it because I was working when I was 10, and I was like, I don't understand how you can't save money, you can't figure it out. It's tough for everybody, but yeah, these kids, man, they have to work. They have to figure the work ethic out.
So even within your own family, you feel that you might have to get some tough love going there just to get him to understand that he's got to have his own life.
Yeah, and he's doing good. He actually went home last night to go back to school, and he was out here with me for the past 3 or 4 months driving the car that followed me up the road, and he learned a lot. He spent the last summer on tour with me with Brad Paisley and Dirk Bentley, and he learned a lot. He goes back to school with a whole different perception of, you know, and a different experience than probably any other kid in school because, you know, I make sure that I include him and I make sure he works and he gets paid to do it, not pay him. So he's learning a little by little, but he's still got a little lazy bug on him.
Well, you have to understand, your sister is a softie because of probably everything she went through too, and she's
right.
Yeah. So you can't fault her for that because she loves him.
Yes, she does.
Jimmy, I could stay on with you for hours and hours. I know probably a lot of people are pulling at you as you reach the finale, and I want you to know that we're very supportive here at WSCY of your cause. And you know, we didn't start off knowing all about it in January when you kicked it off, but we're here, and anything we can do to help out Project Meet Me Halfway. As a matter of fact, we got the link on the website. We just we want to get the word out for you, and if there's any way we can help you, please get the word out to us, and we will do what we can legislation-wise. If there's any way we can get a petition going for the local community for our state of New Hampshire. I don't know what the plan is, but just get it out there on your website or on the Project Meet Me Halfway site, and we'll get on it for you. How's that?
Oh, that's awesome, and I really appreciate it. That's proof that the awareness has been raised, and that means a lot to me. Sure, it means a lot to them. So I'll definitely keep you posted, and I appreciate it.
Well, we appreciate it too. And Jimmy, love your music as always. Always playing it here at WSCY. And I know you've been all wrapped up in the walk. And once it's over, I hope you're going to release another single from Sarah Smile. Do you have any idea which song it's going to be yet?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure at all. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, you can bet we'll be playing it when it comes out. And by the way, Jimmy, it's time you visited the Lakes region of New Hampshire. We got a beautiful pavilion up here. It's called the Meadowbrook U.S. Cellular Pavilion. Would love to see you perform live. So get on up here, okay?
You got it. Thank you so much.
Take care and congratulations. And we hope to hear more about you and Project Meet Me Halfway real soon. Jimmy Wayne.
Thank you so much.